in C++, we need to use a string. At that time, we are declaring the character data type. So because of the character data type is occupied only 1 bytes of data. So for that reason, we are using the character array. In that we are storing the string. Whereas the Java is having a special mechanism, they given directly a class, or I can say it's an we can create an object of the class, a string. So they already declared a pre-declared or pre-owned class is available in the Java, and the class name we call it as the string. So using the string object, we can perform the string operations. Okay, how we can define the string variables in Java? The keyword we are using here is sorry. The keyword we are using here is the string, and followed by we can specify the string variable name. Like how we are defining the normal variables data type followed by a variable. Instead of data type, I'm calling now here is a class name string. So use the class name string and followed by specify the name of the variable. Once you specify this name of the variable, so that indicates that variable can hold and string data. So example, string followed by str, string followed by name. So it is not necessary to assign here any size. What we are doing in the C++, we are defining the character, then followed by we are storing, we are assigning the size. But here it is not necessary to specify any array. It is just an one string it will hold. And str is a one variable of type string. It holds one string. By chance, if you want multiple strings, at that time you can go with array of strings. The array of strings is nothing but what we discussed in the previously. So in place of data type, you have to specify string, then followed by square bracket, then str. So it means an str is an array of string. It holds the multiple strings. Okay, the same thing, string name. So it holds the one string. Then once a string variable you define, using the string variable, you can assign the value to the string variable. So storing the value to the string objects. Now see, I mentioned here is, I'm not mentioning here value of the variable. I'm saying the string objects. So now an str and name are the nothing but it's an object of type string, or we call it as instant of the string. So how we can store the value? So the one method is directly I'm using here. See, first method string followed by string followed by a string variable name equal to whatever the string you want within the double quote. There are we can use the direct string variable name equal to this. When we have to use the second method, if you already defined as a one string variable, at that time we can use it this. And we know that already in the C++, variable we can declare it at any time, so any places. But before using that variable, we should have to declare the same that string variable, and then you can assign directly value. Or you define all the string variables at the beginning in the function, or it may be in the class, then you can assign it the value. Second method. Now I'm just given one example here. Str equal to, this is my string. So what does when you do this one, so automatically a memory will be allocated for this, and it will be stored this entire string in that memory location, and where str is a reference variable and it points to the memory location where it is stored. So this is what we call as the dynamically nature. Is it clear? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Fine. So this is the one. Then the question is, sir, what is the difference between using that character string and this is string? So anybody? What's the difference between if I use the character, a string, as well as this string?
The size, sir, it is dynamic.
One, it's a dynamic. That is also we can do it dynamic in Java, no? Even if you do array, so before using that, we can allocate the memory location and you can initialize. Apart from that,
Sir, we
It is a
can.
class.
it's a class one. Yes.
Sir, can we
Vaishnav?
sir, can we access each element in that array string? Array character.
Character array.
Yes, sir. Each.
Here also we can access. The main difference is they have already defined this as a class, and inside this class, they're given a plenty of methods to you. That method we can use it to perform some operations on this string. Okay, say I need to concat the two strings. It is not necessary to use any other functions and concat. So we have a direct methods. Use that methods of the string class objects, and we can concat the strings. And we want to merge you want to split that, or you want to extract a particular location character, that also we can do it. And it has been provided in such a way that we can directly perform the concatenation operator by using the plus operator. So these all operations, they are already defined in the one class, and all that method they given to the user directly use it. But whereas if I use the character array, at that time we should have to write the separate function for that, like what we are doing in the previous C program. No, when you defined as a character array, if you want to concat the two strings, we need to use str copy function. It's a third. Okay. If these functions are available, if these functions are not available, then we cannot do. Okay. So if you want to perform other than that functions, we need to write a separate function for that, and we have to perform operations. But the class is having in such a way that it's nearly around 30 to 40 methods are there. Use the 30 to 40 methods to perform different operations. Okay, I will show you that methods. Before that, I will go with the one example. Then I'll come to the different methods which are available. Okay. Now see, I've taken this class demo for string. Okay, demo purpose. And inside the main function, I've taken as some integer variable. Int has come double here. It's right. Okay, I've taken int where float and float where. So integer variable 200 I'm assigning, floating variable I assign 23 point this. Then I'm using string 1 equal to word. Then if I use the function called as say system.println, then there's a one string hello, then plus just str1. Now see what is means here. When I declare this within the double quote, this becomes again automatically string, and str is one also a string type. So automatically concatenate the two strings, the hello plus the content of this str1, and it prints. So now this is the freedom they given in the string objects. So directly we can use the plus operator to concatenate. So, but whereas in C, it is not possible using a character array. So if I want to perform that, I should have to define my own class. Inside the class, I need to use an array. Again, if I use the inside the class array, I should have to go either dynamic memory allocation concept, or it may be static. If it is a static, the size is fixed. So that, but here directly we can perform the concatenation of two strings. So we can write just str1 or like st1 and then plus st2. Like that we can concat the strings. So you will get different concatenated strings. So this is the one freedom we have with respect to string objects. And other one I am having here, see, I've taken a one string fstr, and we have an inbuilt methods like this. See, there is an inbuilt method we have and this method we are accessing directly one way by using this string, okay, class, or we can use fstr. Instead of that, what we are taken a string dot format, then followed by within the bracket. So what we have mentioned here is we created a one string within double quote with some special format here. See, the special format is one is the percentage f plus, okay, then something, then percentage d again. Now see, this is one string and this is the other string we are concatenating. While concatenation of these two strings, again we added here is a special symbols like percentage d, percentage f. That's what we discussed in C, C++, the formatting of the data type. So which data type you want to print it, at that time you are taking this percentage d, percentage f. While reading also you are taking percentage d, percentage f in C, C++. The same concept was given here is with percentage f, percentage d. Then we can specify the which variable you want to concatenate. Okay, so I can say value of x, the value of p, like that. Okay, so one is floating point variable I want to print here. The other one is the integer variable I want to print here. So this int variable value, that means 200 will be comes to here. So it will be concat in such a way that the value of x colon then followed by 23.345 plus the value of p colon then 200. So that concatenated string will be returns to you, and that we are storing in the fstr variable. Then we can use that string to print. Okay. So what we are doing here is, see, we constructing a new string fstr by using the methods which are available in the string object, string class. So the format is the one class. That's what we call as the string formatting function. So any doubts in this program? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So like that, we have a plenty of functions here. So I will show it that functions as separate Word file. Just wait. Yes, now is it visible, this Word file? It's visible?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now see, whatever I'm showing the first, that's blue color, it is the function and what it returns. And next, it is giving the argument inside that, what type of argument it is taking. Now, when it comes to the first one, see, I will just explain 2 or 3. Rest we can do it later, because now character, then it will be written as a character, then character at, okay, the function name, you look at the function name here. Okay, I'll come to this point to the next. All the methods or function name. Now see, it is started char as a small letter, then a is a caps, and then t, then followed by, it is showing inside the bracket, it's a int followed by index. That means we need to pass the one integer argument to this function with your method what you want to. For example, I need to be extract a particular position character. So what we are saying, no, 10th character I want to extract. So always it starts with a 0 to n minus 1. So if the exact 10th position means it is 9th, so 10 minus 1 I have to do it. So at that time, just you can pass the argument integer 10 minus 1. So 9 we have to pass it. It returns the character which is available at that particular position. So if that position is having the character like X, it will return the character X. So returns the character at the specified index. Okay. And when you need to compare the two string objects. Okay. So two string object, we can compare it directly by using the compare to. So like we are using strcpy function, in that it returns the same thing here also. We can use the compare to strings. One we can use your string, what variable you are using, then followed by we can write the other string, then it will return an integer number. So that integer numbers is returns, one is positive number or other is a negative number, the other one is 0. So when it returns a 0, we call it as the two strings are equal. Okay. If it's a positive value, we can say it is the greater. Okay. Like that, we can say that compare two strings. And with the object O, and other one is with the string object. Okay. And like see, compare to ignore case. I need to compare the two strings, but ignoring the case. Irrespective of whatever the case it should be, if I want to compare the two strings, we can use the compare to ignore case. And you need to concatenate, we can use the concats method, and it will return a type of string. Then we can pass another string. So now it will return a third string. That string we can store it into where you want, or you can use the previous only or any other. Okay. And the content, this I'll come to the content because we have a string buffer. So with respect to string buffer, we are comparing this content equals. Okay. And like that, we have C equals is the two strings are equals with respect to object, and equals case. Now get in terms of bytes. Okay, you need to convert that entire character in terms of bytes. Then we can convert that into bytes as it returns the byte array. So using this byte array, we can perform some other operations. Okay, like see, index of hash code, index of intern. Okay, length. See, length is another function method which is returns the length of the strings. So what is the length of that total string? That also it returns. Okay, like I listed here, see, nearly 46 different functions. What I will do is I will all upload this PPT and this Word files, everything into the Google Classroom. Okay, I will just send a link to you. Whatever the assignments, everything, you should have to submit through that Google Classroom only. And if you want to download any material of related to this, my explanation, all I'll be storing in that Google Classroom. Okay, you can use it for downloading. Okay, this is about the sum functions. I will just go. So now my PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll come back to the PowerPoint presentation. This is the program. So how I'm using str here, whatever the function, say for example, I need the this is 0 character T, first character H, then second character is the, and fourth, fifth. I need this V. So what is the fifth character in this? So at that time, we can use this FSTR function with character at. Okay, so we can use function like FSTR, then followed by dot. Okay, then followed by we can use character at. Okay, then followed by we can specify the index as 5. So this is the way we can use the all your functions, methods which are available in that. But now see the difference here. What I'm using here, string. Instead of any string variable, I'm using directly a class name itself. So this is the one way of creating the class of str string. Okay, string followed by this format. It returns the string object. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so this is all about the string. So only the string we can use it for storing the string and perform the different operations, concatenation, all this operation we can do it. And whenever you use the double quote and followed by this, automatically it will be concatenation. Okay, and we have the other method is directly we can concatenate with the number also. Okay, this number we can also concatenate, but I should have to define an another class of integer type, not an just int. So we have again integer full name just I caps followed by integer. Okay, so we have an integer class. Use this integer class for defining the integer variable. So at that time, this is then inbuilt method we have. Using this integer inbuilt class method, we can perform again different operations on the integer number itself. Okay, so but whereas if you use just int, it is not the integer class. What I can do, I can convert this integer variable value into an integer class, then we can perform the operations. Okay, so I'll go this methods when it comes to the later, because now we do not have time to discuss that much. Okay, so now I'll move on to the some predefined questions. So take the first one. In this first program, okay, this one, just you can ping by using chat box. Use your chat box and give me the answer for that. What is the output of the first program and what is the executed? Have you executed this program? Yes?
So manually.
Yeah, you have manually debugged the program. Fine. So, what are the answer you given now till now? I've just gone through that. Few of them has given correct answer. Few of them has not given correct answer. So now what I will do, I will show the answer for now for this. Okay. So those who are given the answer, okay, 1-1. You think it, but it's not 1-1. It is true.
Return
Okay.
0 or
Fine. Now, the first function, what it is saying, see, it is equals I'm checking. Now, whereas here, the equals is a function, equals is a method, it compares and says that is both are equal. If it is equal, it returns true. Okay. Now see, comparison of string is different. Okay, equals is different. When it comes to the equals, it's saying that you are checking is both the strings are equal. Like that, I am assigning A is equal to B. If I want to say, right, if A equal to B, so it means it has to say either true or false. The same thing here, the equal, what I was using this function, it will checks the string 1 dot equal followed by within that string 2 we passed. So it checks both the string 1 and string 2 are equal. Now what we have taken here is string 1 is Java and string 2 is also Java. So automatically it's saying that it compared these two strings and it returns the value either true or false. Now both are same in the sense it returns true. So the first printf statement, the printf statement has given the first output is true. Fine. And the next one, system.out.nl print nl s1 double equal s2. Now double equal is what? Is it an assignment statement or is it a logic? Huh?
So
It's
comparison.
a
Comparative.
okay. It's a condition checking operators. We are using no greater than, less than. So automatically it's saying that check S1 is equal to S2. Check it. So it will check this S1 and S2 is both are true, then it will return true, otherwise it returns false. So next output is also is given as the true. Okay. So now see, this is either one way we can use it, this comparison of string object, and this is the other way of comparison of the strings by using the if statement or something we can go. And so the second output, what they mentioned, few of them has mentioned correct and a few of them has given wrong answer. Now the output of the second is this. Now what is the difference between the first program, the last statement, and the second program, this last statement?
One is comparison, second one is assignment.
Assigning and
Assignment.
So here, this is what we are using. It's a comparison operator. Whereas here, it is an assignment operator. So when it is an assignment operator, what it does, it copies the S2 to S1. That means whatever the string is available in S2, that will copy to S1. Now after copying this, it will pass as a one object. And that object is nothing but either S1 or S2. You assume that. So that value will be prints here. So that value is nothing but, so the second string object is what? The hello. So it will copy that into S2. Then it will be prints the hello. Is it clear now? Okay. So I'll come to the classes. I'll discuss some classes points because already you know that classes point in C++. You studied how to define class and all you already studied. Now here also just go through the class, okay, how to define the classes and how it is differ from the Java and C++, in what way it is different, that I will discuss it, and then we'll get a clear picture of this, what is this new and all. Fine. I'm just saying I'm assigning string 1 to hello, string 2 to hello. Then here, if you come to here, it's a assignment statement. Now both string 1, string 2 becomes the same data. So if you print that, it will be prints hello. So whereas here, it's a comparison operators. So it will return a true or false. Okay. So I think from this, I'll go to the attendance. I'll take the attendance first. Then if the time permits, I'll continue.